Hi, this is Will Harrington, owner and creative director of Photohouse Films. Welcome to our new series, The Wedding Ways. Join us as we take a deep dive into the wedding community and all it has to offer. Along the way, we'll share tips and insights from some of the top wedding professionals, sharing their unique and creative take on this ever-changing industry. So sit back, relax, and let us be your guide on this exciting journey to discovering your perfect wedding day experience.
Hey everybody, this is Will Harrington with Photohouse Films, owner and creative director. Today we are visiting the magnificent hill country venue of Canyonwood Ridge. Every time I visit a venue, I love to point out a few things that you may not think about on your wedding day. And today at Canyonwood Ridge, I'd actually like to start at the very front of the property. Now you're gonna see some great drone shots of this, but I actually love the entrance to Canyonwood Ridge. We've done so many types of weddings here, whether you're having a South Asian wedding where you may have a full barat with family and friends, or at the end of the evening, having this curved circular parking lot can really be something different. Instead of the straight and long exit, you can set something up that really showcases leaving the venue and create some great lasting memories at the very end of the night. So even though it's just your circular driveway, make sure you take a moment in this area to really plan out something unique for your exit. I think you're gonna love it. One of the questions we always get asked from our potential clients is, have you visited this venue before? And of course, with Canyonwood being one of our top 3 venues, year in, year out, we've been in here quite a few times. But if we hadn't been here before a wedding, of course we would make a site visit, and that's really important. Every venue that we're gonna visit, we're gonna make sure to point out areas that you may not think about, that may not even be on your radar, to get some great imagery, both photo and video. So let's start with the front awning here at Canyonwood Ridge. One of the things we're going to be talking about throughout the year is time of year. Every time of year has a different color temperature for the sun. It's a different area where the sun will actually go down. And these are things you're going to want to be thinking about when you're thinking about your wedding day when it comes to photography and video. Now today in Austin, Texas, at this beautiful venue, Canyonwood Ridge, we're gonna peak out at about 104 degrees. There is not a cloud in the sky. It's as sunny can get. So making sure that you understand all the small areas of a venue is super important. We're in what I call one of the front archways. We're right off the main entrance to Canyonwood Ridge, and this area is hardly used, and it's one of my favorite. What it allows you to do at any time, and right now it is definitely full sun on this property, is it allows you to come in, get some great individual bridal portraits in your dress if you choose to. You can use all the corners for couple portrait work. And remember, if you have a professional photographer and videographer, making something large out of something very small should be very easy to do. So these rock collections here, using the open spaces, having someone stand behind you with the open grip off the shoulders, going through it, looking out. There's a million different looks you can do. You can even pull all the way back here and become more of a fly on a wall. Now, a few housekeeping things for the photographer and videographers that you hire. Obviously, if we were shooting this, I'd be pulling all these rugs out of the way. I'd make it a very clean environment for this shoot, right? Attention to detail when you're hiring somebody is super important. Make sure you come to the front archway area. There's some really magical places to play up here at Canyonwood Ridge. And now I'm going to show you some really awesome, fun, full sun imagery as well. Now you may be wondering why I'm standing over here in this big old shade, and I'm going to explain why. Every single venue has a unique opportunity for photographs that only occur in a certain part of the day. Now let that sink in for a minute. Only certain opportunities with the way the sun is in certain part of the days, all right? Canyonwood Ridge is not short of any of these. So remember, it's a hot June day, 104, no clouds, but just by paying attention to this awesome structure right here, let me show you what can actually occur in this area. Look at what happens when I step out into this area now and actually embrace that full sun, right? I could do getting ready pictures here. I could do a group of people, each one in a different rectangular area. The opportunities are absolutely limitless. So when you're choosing a photographer and a videographer, it is true, make sure they know the venue, but make sure they know the venue by hour, because that plays a huge difference in what they're going to be able to create for you. Remember, Canyonwood Ridge has tons and tons of these small opportunities. Make sure you take advantage of it. We have a saying in our company that every time we go to a wedding, we're always going to capture wide, medium, and tight, high, medium, and low. One of the things I love about Canyonwood Ridge is the color on the property. They've done such an incredible job of making sure there's vibrant color all throughout the areas. So we're on the back side right now of the chapel area. I'm sitting here on the ground with this beautiful yellow color. Make sure that with your photographer and videographer that it's not just every standard pose next to a tree. Make sure you're actually taking a moment to look around and see what opportunities are actually here to create something quite different. This could be a great morning shot. This could be an after the wedding shot, a couple shots sitting here next to each other. Just more opportunities on this property that they've been really thoughtful about, not just creating the inside, right, of where wedding things are gonna happen, but the exterior as well. Great job, Canyonwood Ridge. Right off the back doors at Canyonwood Ridge is another incredibly landscaped area, a beautiful area for couple portraits. You could probably pull off a first look here as well. One of the things I want to show you is in these oak tree areas is sun versus shade, sun versus shade. Sometimes it can be your friend, sometimes it can be your enemy, so you want to know what you're doing here, right? As you can see, I'm in full shade, but look at the beautiful backdrop behind me with the trees coming down, right, as an awning, the beautiful colors at the feet with the rockway. Fantastic area for taking photographs. I could do all the bridal pictures with the bride in this area without worrying about too much sun versus light, right? I could definitely do couple portraits. And I want to mention to you again that right now it's 12:30 in the afternoon. You may not even be arriving at the venue yet, and we shot in these extreme conditions on purpose. It's easy to film when it's sunset, and we're going to show you some of those imageries through our photographs and through films that we've already shot here. But what I wanted to show you is there's no excuse for not having a great story on your wedding day, no matter what time you're here. If you're a professional photographer and videographer, these are the skills that you should already have. So definitely take an opportunity to use the entire complex while you're here, the entire venue. Don't get stuck in what you just see on Pinterest, right? Explore yourself when you're visiting Canyonwood Ridge. Make sure you come to this garden area, is what I'll call it. I love everything about it. You've got big open areas, so if it is a full cloudy day and you're not worried about the sun effect, right? You could actually set up your full bridal party in here as well and do some really, really fun stuff. Enjoy this area and on to the next one. All the beautiful tree cover with all the beautiful landscape. Don't forget about the wide open spaces at Canyonwood Ridge. I love doing the huge bridal party shot here. Bride, groom, the full party, bring in your flower girl, bring in the ring bearer. It's a great opportunity to shoot outside of the tree foliage area. The other thing you can do in this small area is definitely couple portraits. You say, wow, this looks pretty cool. No, it looks amazing. And if you're skilled with a drone, you can even bring the drone through the tree cover while you guys are doing like a twirl first dance. So while you're out here, don't forget, I'm gonna say it over and over again, this venue is amazing. make sure you check out all the wide open spaces. One of two ceremony locations, the outdoor trellis ceremony at Canyonwood Ridge. It's a statement, there's no doubt about that. As you look behind me, you can see the incredible view. You've got the long walkway down with beautiful green grass. This is such a beautiful outdoor area for a ceremony, but it's close enough right off the bridal suite as well, which I love. So you can actually watch, and I love this. I'll show you when we go into it. From the bridal suite, as everybody's setting up and joining the outside, but they can't see you inside those mirrored reflected windows. I love that. So it gives you a moment to kind of see your family and friends that have arrived before you actually come through the double doors. Always a breeze here in the hill country. I love this location. It's definitely one to consider. We'll move to the secondary location, the chapel. That's going to be a hard one to give up as well, but right time of year, right time of day. This is my favorite spot to get married at Canyonwood Ridge. Area for group shots. Whether you want to bring your bridal party over, do something kind of fun, it's just another area they've built out that you can come enjoy. Look over here, look at the beautiful hill country, do some really fun large pictures, have people stand up behind you. Big group, family, friends, college friend area. It's another area where you can start low, medium, and high. Definitely come to the back of the property and take a look. Don't forget what I said about high, medium, and low. We're on that exact same sitting area, and I want to just show you some cool effects you can do with photography and videography. No, I'm not exposed correctly because I'm not looking up. But as soon as I do this, my face is exposed. You have this beautiful blue sky, neutral density. I love everything about it. You can turn your back if you want to. With your bride and groom, you can get up here with your groomsmen, do something crazy where you've got arms around each other. There's a lot of possibilities to do here. So don't forget, high, medium, and low. You want to use all the areas to create those memories on your wedding day. Saving the best for last. Second location for your ceremony site, the chapel. And I would say that probably 80 to 90% of the weddings happened in this room, and obviously you can see why. There are so many things about this chapel that make you want to get married here. You have natural light coming from every single direction you can imagine, but you also have the hard wall structures, which keeps beautiful sound. It allows it to reverberate, not too echoey. It actually allows the voices to carry. I love this about this room. You have a capacity for right at 300 people. So whether you're a 100-person wedding, 200, or that max 300 large wedding, you're absolutely going to be able to fit into this room. Rain, sun, shine, any time of year. Again, right off this room is the groom's room and the bridal suite. It's a perfect location for your ceremony. Another great feature of the chapel at Canyonwood Ridge is the elevated platform for the ceremony site location. I love that they were thoughtful enough to think about this instead of it just being a flat lay room. And obviously you can understand why. Because when you have 200 to 250 people in any chapel, anywhere, when you're getting married down here, it's still a beautiful view, but a lot of times you have the look around from people coming down the center aisle, right? What this allows you to do is also, if you were to have a larger bridal party, was to stagger. So you could have a lower group here, a secondary group here, and maybe your maid of honor and your best man at the top with you right here as well. What it does allow for sure is it also gives you a fantastic view of everyone who's attending your wedding. Make sure you take advantage of this with the beautiful skylight behind you. It's a beautiful addition and feature to Canyonwood Ridge chapel location. One of the things we want to make sure we do as we tour each venue is to give you some tips and ideas specific to that venue. So as you're meeting with your planners and each one of your vendors, maybe you can share some of this information. And by the way, this information comes from us shooting over 1,500 weddings, 20 to 30 weddings a month. It's not a brag, it's just about the experience level that we have at Photohouse Films. So I'm standing at the back doors of the chapel, and I want to show you one area that you just want to keep an eye on if you decide to have your ceremony in there. and that has to do with the audio source. So right over here is where the audio plug-in is for all the music that may be piped in. If we're putting in a DJ system so that you can hear everything, a lot of times this is used. It doesn't happen very often, but when you're talking to your DJ or band, you want to make sure that if they're going to be monitoring the music, they don't put a chair here. Canyonwood has done a fantastic job of making sure this is far enough out of the way, right? That it's not seen as you come during the opening of the doors as you come down for your processional. So, putting a chair here to monitor, make sure you tell the DJ, no way. We want to make sure that they're on the opposite side. They can still monitor, they can still see cues. Just looks like another guest if they are seen at all. Just a little tip that every once in a while this has come up. Yes, we can use Photoshop, not as easy on video though, but for your guests, you don't want anyone taking away the spotlight of you coming through these main two doors. A small tip of the day, I hope you enjoy it. Just wanted you to see the viewpoint from when these doors open, the beautiful wood door frames. I love this entrance. Everybody stands, everybody's watching you walk in. I love the scene, I just wanted you to see it. One other quick thing about the chapel. It can also be a multi-purpose room, so don't forget that. If you have 300 guests or even 200 or 100 guests, and I'm about to show you the reception hall next, okay? This is a great area to set up your buffet lines, to set up holding areas. So as the party's going on over there, you need a quick break besides the outside. You want to get people through the lines quickly and back to the party. It's another great multi-purpose room after the ceremony is over. Great job, Canyonwood Ridge. Another great attention to detail here at Canyonwood Ridge is what I call the reveal reception doors. Now, your guests are arriving. On the other side of us is the chapel area that we've already gone through. Your guests can go outside and mingle, they can wait in the hall, they can go in the chapel, but what about the reception hall? So many venues, you almost have to go through the reception hall to get to the areas you need to. Here it is separated by this corridor, and I love this because what it allows is for the reception area to be fully set up. The bathrooms are still on this side, completely set up, and it's an opportunity for the bride and groom to actually do a reveal of the reception hall once it's ready, whether that's right after the wedding, after they get done with couple portraits. So let's take a look how this would work. Pretty simple. As your guests arrive and go into the chapel area, all they're going to see are these awesome handcrafted doors. What's on the other side? You'll stand here with your planner, whoever you want to open the doors, and when you're ready to see it, it's pulled back. The doors open after the ceremony, and now everybody is invited into the reception hall. I love this feature at Canyonwood Ridge. The reception hall at Canyonwood Ridge. So many features to talk about in this facility. Let's start with the max 300 people, which we've already described. You can see the size of this venue. It's absolutely enormous, but it still has a very internal, warm feel throughout it. They've done a fantastic job with the light decor. I absolutely love the fireplace behind us, and we've definitely seen that on 2-3 times throughout the winter and even sometimes in the fall as we kick into those fall months. Let's take a look at a few other areas that I absolutely love in the reception hall area. Another great multi-use space here at Canyonwood Ridge is the notched out area right near the fireplace. I've seen this used for some really great, what I'll say, sweet ideas, no pun intended. A great area to set up your cake, but nowadays there's a lot of trend about, yes, you have a cake, but there may be cupcakes and cookies. Sometimes there's a candy area for the kids where they've got the spoons and the gumdrops and all of that. This is a really great area to utilize this space for. Another fantastic feature and well thought out is the glass back wall, allowing all of your guests throughout the entire day and evening to soak up the Texas Hill Country from their seat while they're having dinner, while they're having conversation, still being able to look out at this beautiful, beautiful landscape area. Well thought out, Canyonwood Ridge. a really well thought out bar area here at Canyonwood Ridge Reception Hall. I love that they actually indented it into the reception hall, but it's not like a little bitty area. It's actually a main theme. It's crossways, so it's not affecting any of the grand entrances whatsoever. But it allows, I know you can't see the whole thing, but we'll show you when we're filming. It allows for up to 4 bartenders in this one specific area. Plenty of coverage. Take a quick break, come up. Fully stocked kitchen right off of this area. Able to get food out very, very quickly. Great, great, great process in the reception hall in the bar area at Canyonwood Ridge. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit as we start to move into the 2 dressing rooms. This designated the groom's room, and the bridal suite we'll be visiting after this. One of the things we talk about a lot that a venue should have is natural light. So this, and we also talk about with the lights on. And a lot of times we may be shooting in a room, and if a groom doesn't know or a bride doesn't know, they're like, why do y'all turn the lights off? Well, let me show you why. Did you see the difference? Now, let me go ahead and turn my head to natural light. And then let's say that I'm a groom putting on my shoes or starting to get dressed and put on my shirt. Now you can see the difference in the quality of the imagery for both photo and video. What I really like what Canyonwood Ridge has done is the 2 windows here are huge. They're not quite floor to ceiling, but they're quite large. Not only that, you can actually move through their curtain system and direct the light where you need it to go. The placement of chairs on both sides with a couch really allows a lot of opportunity to photograph a great story of anything that's happening in here. Whether that's a parent first look or just hanging with your guys, this room is aesthetically correct. The nice natural tones of the gray on the wall photographed fantastically. They also did something really, really well. On these 3 walls, if you notice, we have the natural light and we have artwork only on the far wall. And the guys, you're gonna love this, and girls, if you're in this room, is a 70-inch TV, but it's out of the way. So during the day, when you just want those great pictures and you want the focus to be on you, your family, your friends, without the distraction of the TV, you can still capture all of those elements, but you still have it in your room to enjoy the games, whatever you're into. It's really, really well thought out. I love this room. They've done a great job on the groom's room at Canyonwood Ridge. Last feature of this room is the mirrors. There's 2 of them in here. I talk about this a lot throughout our education process, that reflective shots, which is what I'm doing right now, which is looking through the mirror to the camera, is a really great viewpoint. Kind of offers that fly on the wall perspective. And while you're getting ready and looking in here, it's a great way to visualize and to see yourself without staring down the barrel of the lens of a camera. Highly recommend trying a few of these shots. Hopefully your photographer and videographer will understand that. Definitely let them know about it. It's something you're going to want to do. As we finish up in the outside areas of Canyonwood Ridge, I want to talk a minute about one of their great cocktail areas. It's right off the reception hall, right in between the trellis ceremony area and the reception hall. This place has been used for just about everything. So a lot of times, right after the ceremony, while you're getting your pictures taken with your bridal party and doing your couple portraits, this area can be transformed for that late afternoon snack, but before dinner. I've seen all kind of food stations set up before us here. You can set up your buffets out here if you want to. Most times it's used just for mingling. My favorite ones are when you may have a small band, or at least have the DJ have a speaker out here. People congregate, talk about what a beautiful wedding they just saw, get to really engage in the views of the hill country while we get ready to move in for the reception area. So when you're working with your planners, when you're working with the venue managers, make sure you take a moment to really design out this area. It's a fantastic area to use. Remember when we talked earlier about big ideas can happen in small places. So just for the sake of argument, let's say that on your wedding day, you have torrential rain or some kind of weather event. And again, I'm always a half full guy. When it rains, do rain. Engage it, let it be a part of your wedding day. This cocktail area, covered area, can also be used for couple portraits. Of course, you're going to have the front area of the chapel, but if you're looking for areas that aren't covered, this little area right here, engaging right with your bride and groom, your spouse, is a perfect area to still get some great moments. And we actually have a wedding where we had to do exactly that. It was almost sideways rain. We all laughed about it. We were able to use this area and quite a few other areas on the property to still allow us to get those great moments. Make sure you think about all of those things when you're planning for your wedding day. The bridal suite at Canyonwood Ridge. I was about to go through this thing inch by inch, show you all the great areas because there are so many, but by the time this film comes out, this entire area is going to be completely redone. Canyonwood is actually shutting down for 7 weeks to recreate this bridal suite. In the very near future, you'll have an updated piece from us in this room, taking you through something that will be absolutely brand new to all the brides starting September of 2023. Though I don't give away all my best places, I like to keep a couple for myself. I definitely want to fill you in about sunset at Canyonwood Ridge. All right, back behind me, depending on the time of year, through this stretch of trees is where the sun will fall. And you can get through photography and videography some of the most amazing golden hour photographs. So make sure that you schedule some time, and if you're in doubt of where it's going to be, this is definitely the location on the property. Be sure to use the open areas, and obviously right now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. We've got full sun. You wouldn't be shooting in this area during this time. But once golden hour hits, that sun is almost gone down below, you'll be able to use the open greenery areas. You'll be able to go through all the different areas of the trees, not only for your couple portraits, but your bridal party. If you want to do family photos over here as well, if you're doing a late afternoon wedding, all of that is going to be available to you. So make sure right off of the bridal suite, the clump of trees in this area right behind us is when sunset will fall. Make sure you end up in this area. You're going to love these photographs. And last but not least, we talk about this a lot, the actual time for sunset. Make sure that you check with your venue manager to find out the time of year. Though let's say sunset tonight is at 8:00 p.m. That doesn't mean it's actual sunset. Here it may fall at 8 p.m. because we're actually above. But if you look behind me, there's still a hill line that's above us. So sunset could actually be 15 minutes earlier. When you're planning out your schedule with your photographer and videographer, and you're starting to work with your venue manager and planner, make sure you've got a nice little window. I'd say at least 30 to 35 minutes of time, just so you can start some before it, and even after we go to dusk, there's some great opportunity for additional photographs around the property. The sunset area at Canyonwood Ridge, enjoy it. Let's move on to the next area.
So this summer when we shot Canyonwood Ridge, we were not able to show you the bridal suite because there is a brand new bridal suite and it was not ready. They shut down for 2 months. They built this amazing thing. On the other side of this door is an actual bride, her mom, the hair and makeup artist. We've only got a couple of minutes to get in here. So now let's go in and take a look at the new bridal suite. Come on. The first thing you're gonna see is the gigantic size of this new place. Right away, I'm completely blown away by the new size of all of the furniture, the amazing windows that they have for the layout, the tons of mirrors that are in every single location. So from a photographer and videographer standpoint, you're going to be able to execute from 5, 10 different viewpoints. Not only that, the bride now has her own bathroom. She never has to leave the room if she doesn't want to. This room is easily going to accommodate 15, 20, 25 people with still room to spare. The new furniture that they have, all the amazing makeup artist areas that they have, and then of course we're going to talk to you about the beautiful area now for getting in your dress, picturesque view of the entire hill country, and every viewpoint you can imagine for shooting the entire day without having to leave this room. This is a 5-star top that there is bridal suite here at Canyonwood Ridge.
You know I love attention to detail, and right now I want to talk about bridal party size. So whether you have 3 or 13 or 15, the new bridal suite at Canyonwood Ridge has really been thought through. Not only do they have a main hair and makeup area, but they've also added an additional smaller area just in case you have that larger party, which is easily now going to fit in this room. Canyonwood Ridge has absolutely blown me away with their new hair and makeup station area. 4 beautifully set chairs, gorgeous mirrors for each one. You've got power at each station. Not only that, what I really love is all this natural light coming from the new windows. All of your hair, makeup detail shots for photograph and film are going to be off the chart. Not only can we now shoot at a line, but we can shoot from way back to get those killer, everybody looking in the mirror shots. You're gonna love every bit of this. Behind me, perfectly placed, storage, bring your food, your water, but it's not all in the middle. It's put back just a little bit so you can still get everything you need, but it's not in all of your pictures. You're gonna be blown away by this new area in the bridal suite. I really cannot get over the space in the new bridal suite at Canyonwood Ridge. So, a couple of things for sure. Full-length mirror now. You can really get a sense of how your dress, bridesmaids' dresses are gonna look. Very nice, complimentary for hanging up the dress in front of it. Great for photographers and videographers. And then now, instead of being in the couch, which I'm sure you've seen when the bride is getting ready, which is beautiful, but a lot of times we had to move tables, chairs out of the way. Not anymore. So now we have these 3 gorgeous windows. So as you are getting dressed with your family and friends, you're going to have this massive area. And not only are you going to have a huge area to turn, look into the mirror for your photographs, turn this direction. This is a photographer's dream. Mirrors in every corner, wide open space, beautiful white ceilings, beautiful white light with the gorgeous mirrors behind us. This is an absolute home run.